Good night, everyone. This is update for March 23, 2022, day 28 of the war, end of the date update. As always, we're going to start in a clockwise fashion, with exception of one thing. I just want to mention that we identified another unit. It's a 57th Brigade. Technically, it actually was reformed into 57th Division, but we only identified sort of soldiers for their 457th Brigade. So we cannot really say that there is entire 57th Division, and we don't know what other units are there in it. So, on top of it, we don't know where exactly it's fighting. So let's go back and let's start with Kyiv, as we always do. So there was quite a bit of questions today on the forum regarding some kind of pocket for the Russian troops. And then there was the secondary question to it was about the town of Makariv, so as if it was captured second time by Ukrainian army or something like that. So just let's start with Makariv. So Makariv was recaptured by Ukrainian army on March 6th, and you can actually look at our video on that date, where we clearly say that it was captured by Ukrainian 14th Brigade on that date. Since then, Ukrainian troops never lost control of Makariv. It was always under control of Ukrainian troops. So there's no second recapture of Makariv or whatever it is. So it was always in Ukrainian hands since then. Then there was a question about potential pocket for all of these Russian troops here that are between Irpin and Makariv, and in basically this kind of triangle: Makariv, Borodyanka, Irpin, or Bucha. That's not true. There is no any kind of pocket. Russian troops control operational situation. They control initiative in this area right now. So they definitely not on even defensive. They are still on offensive, even though it's very slow. It's almost grinding to the halt, but it's still offensive. So there is no any kind of even clue or sign of any kind of pocket for Russian troops. Let me explain you how the pocket would look like. If you would like to really do a pocket for Russian troops in this whole area, the right thing is to attack actually Ivankiv, which is the crucial point in supply of all of these troops here in northwest of Kyiv. And you need to, capture Ivankiv, block that. There is a bridge here. You need to blow up that bridge. This is pretty wide river. Called Tatariv, so that's quite significant barrier for Russian troops. So if you manage to, to cut this point, then there's no supplies, and these troops won't be able really to cross back on the other side to return to Belarus. So that would be truly a pocket, and then you probably would want to attack Borodyanka here, because that's kind of like a juncture for all Russian troops in this area. It's kind of like a key town for them. So you really need to attack Borodyanka, take control of it, and kind of let them kind of, get destroyed piece by piece due to lack of ammunition and fuel. And at the same time, you need to cut off supply routes here above Ivankiv to prevent flow of new troops towards Ivankiv. For that, you really need about 2 brigades, fresh brigades. Ukrainian army doesn't have anything like that right now. So that's very... this is totally out of possibility right now, but I'm just trying to explain how this would look like a true pocket. This is obviously not anything like that. Now let's go back and see what's going on here. So it was a day of positional fighting, no major gains here on the other side, just positional fighting. Positional fighting on the eastern side of Kyiv. So again, no gains, no losses here, just in terms of territorial. So just positional fighting. Okay, let's move on and let's move to Kharkiv. Again, there's positional fighting in Kharkiv. Nothing major here in terms of really major to report. In Izum, Ukrainian troops actually being on a little kind of offensive, and they trying to destroy this bridgehead. But so far, they were not successful at doing that. And then let's go back to the town of Severodonetsk. It's still, being attacked. There is still fighting going on there by Russian troops, but it's not taken by Russian troops yet. Then there is a town of Popasna here. It's also being attacked. There's ongoing fighting there. There is very strong fighting west of Donetsk with really heavy casualties for Russian attacking forces. And as we know, not from Ukrainian sources, which we would not trust in this case, but actually from independent Russian sources, that there is extremely heavy losses on the Russian attacking troops. They did manage to take part of a village called Marinka, which is a little kind of like southwest here of Donetsk, and it's one of the key points there. But it wasn't decisive victory. They still trying to take control of it. Now let's actually look at the situation in Mariupol. This is our kind of very somewhat speculative and estimative map of what happened since last time, because it was March 19 when we had reliable information. We haven't had any since then, but we do think that Russian troops moved closer to Azovstal, so probably right now defensive line goes somewhere along the perimeter of Azovstal. They moved a little bit closer here to the center of the city, but not terribly much. So there is, and there is very extremely intensive and fierce fighting. We actually learned yesterday that the commander of the 810th Brigade got killed in action. We didn't report that because we believe that this was just from Ukrainian sources, and today we confirm it from Russian sources. So we can report that the commander was killed in action. So this, the reason we mention this is only means that the fighting is extremely intense and fierce. Because when you have commanders dying, that really means that that everybody, all decks on hand, and everybody goes into attack. So that's it for Mariupol for today. Let's quickly look at the general picture in the south. So here, there's really no major news. There was a question from one of our viewers regarding this 20th Brigade that we discovered, added yesterday. This person found out that this 20th Brigade was reformed in the 20th Division. And which is actually true. This happened in 2021. Unfortunately, we don't know what other brigade was added to form 20th Division. And second point, when we found out that this unit is participating, it was actually under its old unit ID. So we cannot really say that the entire division is there. All we can say with certainty that only 20th Brigade is there in that and attacking there. So that's it for today. Until tomorrow. Thanks again for watching.